All right, we're getting started. Be my first live WrestleMania review ever done on this channel and on all my channels, in fact. I'll probably highlight this. I'll probably throw this up later down the line on Trovo and any other platform. So if you guys miss out on what I'm about to talk about, if you guys didn't hear Endeavor. If you guys didn't hear, now you've heard. Endeavor. Yes, Endeavor. Endeavor's talking about buying WWE. They're now back in the fold. They're talking about it. If you guys didn't know that, now you know. They're getting close to sealing the deal with WWE. So the UFC promotion, looking like their main distributor, looks like to be buying WWE. So that's going to be a relief for me. And I'll have a news video for that down below in the description for you guys. Like I said before, live review. Thought I would do a live review of WrestleMania. I just got done watching it. And to be honest with you guys, ladies and gentlemen, no titles changed. No titles changed. And predictable. Very, very predictable. Very predictable. WrestleMania. I'm sorry to call it a spade, a ball, a ball, a strike, a strike. Very, 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 very predictable. Night 2 was predictable. I could have told. When I saw Cody Rhodes come out in his entrance, let me be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I knew he was going to lose. The way they had him come out, the way they had him presented, he was going to lose. Lose. And in all the fuckery that went around it, was going to lose anyway. There was just no doubt. There was no doubt in my mind. There was no doubt at all. You can't sit here and tell me. You cannot sit here and tell me straight up, right? You just can't. You just can't tell me this. You can't sit here and tell me straight up, right? Let me make sure I got all my stuff up and running here on all sides real quick. Yes, we're doing a WrestleMania. I got to make sure my Facebook's up and running. Yee. Yee, 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 yee. But if you're on YouTube, Kick, and anything else, real quick, I'll be over there to change my titles here in a second. But, yeah, titles, and I'll talk about the news that was put out there today by a bunch of wrestling YouTubers out there. Ingo was another one that put it out there. Yo, what's up, buddy? Give me just a minute on all sides. We're having a live WrestleMania review. Give me a second. Let me make sure all my titles and shit are changed. Because, you know, I'm a fucking... no. Oh, my God. Gotta love when you do shit live and nothing's prepared. That's the one thing you gotta do when you're live. You know, you gotta do this once in a lifetime. I should have had everything set an hour ago, and I didn't. Make sure my Kick side's changed. Guys, if you guys are not checking me out, check me out on all platforms. If you guys haven't seen me yet on any platform, I'm on Kick, YouTube, Trovo, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm not going to be on anything else going forward. We removed D-Live and Glimish. So everything else I'm live on. One thing I'm going to tell you in this wrestling review, don't shove Kick down my throat. Please, whatever you do, just don't shove Kick down my throat. I've had a lot of people shove that shit down my throat. I get it. It's the new hypeness. I so get it 100%, but don't shove it down my throat. Please don't. All I ask, I get Kick. I get it. But I wanted to make that clear because this morning people were shoving it down my throat. You need to go to Kick, man. You need to go to Kick, man. And it's like, no, I don't need to go to Kick. I'm already there. I've been there for since the beginning. Oh, really? I didn't know you were there from the beginning. Yeah. I was telling people about Kick months ago. Holy shit. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let me get back over to my Facebook here and finish what I started. You know, as Cody Rhodes said, finish as I started. Finish the job. Hey. All right. WWE. WrestleMania 39. I apologize to everybody that I wasn't prepared. Like I said, was not fucking prepared. I just wasn't. And I got up, so I had to replay it back, but the highlights really kind of gave it to me. I didn't need to know what was what. And thank God I didn't waste. Thank God I only wasted like maybe half of WrestleMania because I woke up extremely late because I've been sick all weekend. And I'm kind of grateful that I kind of caught it off to the side, the highlights that I missed, because titles didn't change. Titles didn't change. I don't know why. I don't understand why everybody and their mother was trying to tell me like that's what I didn't understand. Like, WrestleMania is supposed to be the moment where things change, New Guard takes place, right? Shake shape. Let me go live here on Facebook real quick. Going live. We're doing it live. Anyway. All right. So we are live on YouTube. We're live on Kick. We're live. Ooh, thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate you. Hope you're having an amazing night. I'll be probably in Discord probably after the show. So, real quick, I just wanted to do this instead of recording. It's much easier for me, and then I'll do these more often. If you guys like this kind of format and style, I'll have my my stuff for subs and stuff down the line. But I thought I would go live. You know, I promised that when I was part of another show that I'd start doing live reviews, and I never got around to it. And that's my fault. That is really my fault because I teased that for a while. And I've been doing these quick reviews because I've been sick and I just really haven't had the time. And I was sick. So there's that. Let me go over to Kick real quick and make sure my title over there is changed so I don't seem like a douchebag. And yes, if you guys didn't know, WWE and Endeavor. It looks like Endeavor is going to be buying WWE. And yes, before you guys go, where are you getting this information? I'm getting it from YouTube. I'm getting it from Engo, and I'm getting it from many other YouTubers that have reported this. So before you crucify me, go, Rain, you know, oh my God, you're just a mark for the wrestling server and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no, I actually read this from 7 different sites because I do my research. Oh, but you get it from the wrestling server. How dare you? Okay, great. Cool on you. Like, cool on you. Where do you get your news from? What? Jim Cornette? Where do you get it from? I get mine from reputable sources out there. Yes, not Dave Meltzer and all of them are not the best in the world, but they're pretty fucking accurate. And same with, cage side seats and things like that. So, you know, and stuff like that. And so is the Bleacher Report to an extent. So again, like I said, that's where I get my Sports Illustrated. That's where I get my stuff too. So it's like, guys, settle down and settle down. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get into the show tonight. WrestleMania Night 2. So I'm going to read from my notes off to the side. The kickoff show was, the pre-show panel was Caleb Braxton, Wade Barrett, Booker T, and Kevin Patrick. Yuck. Thank God I didn't watch the pre-show. Yuck. If it's anything like yesterday, it was Stephen A. Smith. Yuck. Paul Heyman had an interview talking about, Cody Rhodes. Brock Lesnar almost opened the show. I saw the highlights on this. Again, Brock Lesnar walked away. I mean, Brock Lesnar, defeated Almost in 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Damn. You really think Almost is the future? I don't even know why they had this match to begin with. I said this all along. This is a throwaway match. This was literally the match where I went, like, it was bad. Like, I watched the highlights. It was bad. Brock Lesnar F5'd him, suplexed him, and that was that. Like I said here before, I said this and told you guys, this was a shit match to begin with, and whoever booked it should be ashamed. It should be Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar 3 or 4. And it should have been the rubber match once and for all. Should have been done in a cage, and it should have been done that way. I said that all along. I've said that about many different matches tonight. Bianca Belair retaining title. Why? What is... Like, this is supposed to be changing of the guard, right? We're supposed to go into a new season of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Why are we doing this? What has Bianca Belair done to keep her title? It wasn't a logic choice to me. You belt up, literally, no kidding. You belt up. I'm not going to joke. You belt up for months. Asuka to be old Asuka, and then you have her win just to get to here to lose. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, I'm trying not to be negative about night 2. I was kind of negative about night 1. And you had a lot of people just going, WrestleMania was great because Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens won, like, these titles. Like, great, that was a given. So I guess they gave us an olive branch last night. Oh, hey, we're going to give you this. But instead, this over here, Roman Reigns and Cody, just, no, we're not doing that. We're not going to give you 2 for 2. So either they're setting this up for Puerto Rico, which I've been telling people Puerto Rico is going to be a huge show. Backlash is going to be a huge show. Everybody's like, oh, nah. Watch titles change there. Watch. This is typical WWE. Watch titles change. WrestleMania was looked as an afterthought. If that's the case, WrestleMania was looked as an afterthought. You know, they talk about the short showcase of the Immortals, but at the end of the day, like, you know, as a wrestling fan, WrestleMania has kind of gone down the line. Like WrestleMania to me has just become another show. They didn't value. When the minutes they announced Puerto Rico, I went, oh, Puerto Rico's the show. Puerto Rico's the show. Puerto Rico's where titles change. Puerto Rico, this is where they bring in new people in for this. Like Braun Breaker's probably going to show up on Raw. I'm going to assume Roxanne Perez shows up on Raw or SmackDown. But, excuse me, I'm still getting over being sick. But that's where you have these two show up, either Raw or SmackDown. Now, what does Roxanne Perez do as far as I'm concerned? Or do you have her stay in NXT? No, I would have her come up on the main roster. I would have her, you know, with Braun Breaker. Braun's in a lot of trouble. If anything to happen with his father trickles down in WWE, his push is going to be limited. I'm just going to tell you, for all the shit that his dad said over the weekend about a transgender wrestler is disgusting to me. If that is really what went down with Impact Giselle and all that going forward, shame on Braun Breaker's father. Like, seriously, shame all around. That is just purely disgusting, and I don't condone those kind of actions either. And that's just disgusting in itself. Like, why would you know, your son is in WWE, and WWE takes this kind of stuff serious. No matter who and what says it, you pay the price anyway, ultimately. Again, I just don't understand it. I guess George Kittle joined the discussion. He's looking forward to tonight, I guess, during the pre-show. Like, I didn't really care for the pre-show yesterday with Stephen A. Smith. I don't care about it now. George Kittle, and is he wrestling? Is he going to become like Gronkowski and wrestle? Like, who cares? I'm sorry to say that, but who cares? You know, I was expecting, and you know, shame on Nick Khan. Nick Khan, shame on you. Like, you turned around and said, oh, this is going to be, we're going to be starstruck. We're going to have debuts and you're no better than Tony Khan, my guy. No better. You're on Stephen A. Smith's show, First Take, saying, I was waiting for 2 days. You upsold the idea of big names showing up here. Your big names are probably going to show up on Raw now. So that makes Nick Khan unbelievable now. I don't believe any fucking shit that comes out of his mouth. Flat out. You said did you sign big names? On First Take, quote me on that. On First Take, he said, be prepared. Again, I haven't seen it. So again, like I said before, I'm waiting on Nick Khan. I'm just waiting on Nick Khan to start being transparent. And then another thing he said, well, Vince McMahon's running the show. Well, obviously, if he's running the show, this is booked like kind of like Vince. Kind of Vince. Vince-esque. No titles change. Roman Reigns looks good. It really, really screams to me Vince McMahon had something to do with it. But, you know, people are going to tell me, well, Rafe, Vince McMahon's just a guy talking piece. If he's talking to UFC and Endeavor, why would he be running it? Because again, he wants to have control before he goes away. Of course. You don't think most of this WrestleMania wasn't talked in the ear of fucking Triple H? You don't think so? Well, here we are. You know, to me, you belt Cody Rhodes up for months. You gave us all the vignettes to go into it, and like you would think Cody would win this. Roman's talked about taking a step back. But again, as my friend Pesci says, as he said to me the other night, what do you do without Roman? Roman makes the show. So I get why they had him win here, because you can't have Cody win it right now. Do you solo Sikoa? Solo Sikoa. Is that where you go with? You know, by SummerSlam, which the dirt sheets have said. Solo Sikoa is the chosen one, right? He turns on Roman. And it looks like that's what they're going for, because everything that Roman has won, we think to that man recently. Think to that man and the Usos. Kind of gives me the vibes of the Bullet Club when the Bullet Club does the let me read this. WWE is reported near a deal according to MMAJunkie.com. Accordingly to the reports on Sunday, CNBC announced on the acquisition could be coming soon as Monday, with the final details being worked out. UFC will be buying WWE. So, guys, I will link this in this video here for you. You guys can read it. It's courtesy of MMA Junkie. I'll read this to you right here, right now. Here it is. I'm reading the actual article. WWE is reportedly nearing deals with UFC's apparent company Endeavor to be sold by Monday. Endeavor CEO Arnie Emanuel will oversee Endeavor in addition to the new company. Vince McMahon and Endeavor's president Mark Shapiro will serve as executive chairman. Dana White will remain as UFC president. Currently, WWE Nick Khan will be the president of the pro wrestling brand. Endeavor is stated to have 51% in new combat sports entertainment company, while WWE shareholders will get 49%, according to people said. The Endeavor deal will give WWE and Enterprise a value of $9.3 billion. So this brings up the question. Disney's going to have a stake in this too, because where's the UFC Fight Pass on? ESPN. What's going to happen with the deal going forward? ESPN's going to make out huge on this deal, can I tell you? So this is coming outside of WrestleMania, according to reports Sunday by CNBC. Again, CNBC's been very credible. Take this with whatever you want to take it with. According an announcement, and this is not April Fool's joke. This wasn't Nick Khan buying WWE, as some of you said on Facebook, which was a whole joke. There was three companies that I thought Endeavor backed out. I really thought, in my mind, Endeavor, I was like, oh yeah, they're fucking done. Endeavor's not going to be doing what they're doing. Hell no. But Endeavor is, and I'm going to read this to you. UFC's apparent company Endeavor is nearing a deal to acquire WWE on Sunday. Acquisition to a report Sunday by CNBC. An announcement on the acquisition could be as soon as Monday. And guess what? The Saudis are not buying it. Yay! Woo! Let's go with that. Endeavor, the people behind UFC, are buying WWE, and we're going to get an announcement on Monday on that going forward. So I'll read this again to you guys if you haven't heard it. If you haven't heard the news coming out of WrestleMania, UFC's apparent company Endeavor is nearing a deal to acquire WWE. According to reports on Sunday, CNBC is announced on the acquisition could be as soon as Monday Night Raw. So as Monday Night Raw is coming on the air, we may see Dana White on television. Coming out and making a handshake deal with Vince McMahon. Isn't that something? Isn't that something on a beautiful Sunday? On a beautiful Sunday. And I'm glad it went to a company that wasn't the Saudis. Wasn't Live Golf Saudis, you know. But at least, you give it, gotta give Endeavor credit. You know, They must have pulled out to find a better deal, and they struck gold. Good on them. You know, if this is true, Endeavor, congratulations to them. UFC's done very well for themselves. Endeavor, needs to take a bow with that, and I think they'll do well with WWE. I think they'll treat WWE right. If it's anything like their UFC stuff, I think, and two, this just gives Vince McMahon, as Vince McMahon yesterday, reports came out, and I read that in the PWO, that Vince McMahon signed a 2-year deal before. So Vince was putting things in motion over the weekend to make, his shares, his equity, and literally everything to go into this. So Vince is going to make literally out of this deal, from what I read yesterday, that 2-year deal that he signed with WWE. It looks like a severance package that he's going to go he's going to go away from the company and make all this money. So if you guys have been following it, what's up, Fatal Straight? Hope you're doing well, buddy. If you are following this, and I'll put a link into this for you guys on all platforms for you, so you guys can read this news. Here you guys go. Take this all with a grain of salt. Take it with the biggest pinch of salt. But it is very believable, because I this morning when I kind of woke up, excuse me, I've been very sick, so bear with me. So, take that with a grain of salt. Read that as you will. Fatal, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Fatal Charade. Anyway, let's get into the rest of WrestleMania. Predictable WrestleMania, honestly. This was very predictable. Night 2 was very predictable. And I can tell you the minutes they did the entrances, I knew it was predictable. Roman Reigns, that match was so predictable. It was so predictable. Really predictable. And I can tell you that. The way they had Cody Rhodes come out, they had it kind of like, if you look at Sami Zayn and you look at Cody, right? Right. You look at both. Look, both matches in particular. Why do they feel the same? Why do they feel the same? I want somebody in the audience to tell me, why are both the same? Why go back and watch Cody. Go back and watch the Sami match, right? At Survivor Series, and go watch Cody. Seriously, outside the beat up of Sami Zayn, rewind it, go from the end of that all the way up to things like that, right? Now, I'm going to give this to people. I'm going to give this to everybody that has told me all weekend long. If you had Roman Reigns lose, and this is and I agree with everybody. If you had Roman Reigns lose, right? Where do you go from there? Because Roman Reigns is the show. What do you do with Cody going forward? Do you it wouldn't be the same. So I agree in that aspect, but why sell Cody to the moon and back and have him lose here? Unless he's going to win in Puerto Rico, which it looks like Puerto Rico looks like it's going to be a one hell of a show, because it looks like they're building more for Puerto Rico than they are here for WrestleMania. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel honestly like Puerto Rico, they're putting all this into because it's been 25 or 23 years or something like that since they've been in Puerto Rico, WWE or wrestling in general. They had a big event in Puerto Rico. So, again, we're going to see where they go with this. Maybe they do Cody Roman 2 at Backlash, and you have Cody go over then. But then what was the whole... Okay, so then my question is, what was the whole point here? So if that's the case, then do you have Sami and Kevin go into Backlash and lose? See, to me, this brings up the question. Now, who's KOD going to... who's Bianca Belair going to face? What? Who are you going to have them face? You're going to have them face the former women's champion of NXT coming in? Roxanne Perez? I mean, is that what they're going for here? Do they go Asuka, Bianca 2? Who are they going to bring in? Originally, WWE was going to bring in Nikita Lyons. And Nikita Lyons was really favored up by Vince McMahon hard. So, and then Nikita Lyons got an ACL, MCL injury, which is unfortunate because Nikita Lyons is pretty good talent. So is Zoe Stark. But Roxanne Perez to me is just a head scratcher. Do you have Roxanne Perez come in night 1 of her main roster run, or is she going to stay in? Is she going to stay in WWE? Is she going to stay in NXT? These are the questions I have now. Braun Breaker, what do you do with Braun Breaker since the comments that his dad used? Since I didn't even know he was under a WWE Legends contract. Now that brings up the question: Does this break Braun Breaker's push on the main roster? Do WWE even give a fuck? Then I heard like Logan Paul was under like some like match appearance contract. Now I'm hearing he's under a contract. I've heard many different things coming out of WWE. So it tells me if Endeavor's buying this, they sign Logan Paul. There's no doubt. I think things are gonna change with Endeavor owning WWE going forward. I'm gonna tell you guys this. A lot of these throwaway and does Triple H? Here's my question: Does Triple H stick around when Endeavor buys it? That's gonna be the $1 million question. And my dogs are going crazy. And hold on. I don't have my mute feature. Okay, so I don't have the mute feature. I apologize, but I have literally my mic on noise gate. So let me put it on a 10. There we go. I'll put it on a 10 so you guys don't hear my dogs and stuff in the background. I'll start doing that when my dogs are going crazy. Kara, what's up, buddy? I hope you're doing well, buddy, my friend. So anyway, if we're gonna go with let me make sure my mic probably just jumped up a few beats. Anyway, Endeavor, that's gonna be interesting. So let's go through the rest of this. We had Jamie Allen performing America the Beautiful. Again, Kevin Hart did the intro video again. Miz and Snoop Dogg kicked things off. Snoop Dogg, I guess, beat the crap out of. I seen that during the highlights because I came into WrestleMania halfway into it, right? Halfway into it. So I kind of was watching, I kind of rewinded back, and then I watched highlights, and then I was kind of doing back and forth with Peacock. Whatever was going on at Peacock on the Apple TV was disgusting. Like, it was lagging, and that's unacceptable and I really hope Endeavor brings WrestleMania and all that to literally no joke, to ESPN. Literally. So there's that. Lesnar fights. So Lesnar's match. Let's read about Lesnar's match and read from my notes because I did watch the almost match. Lesnar got big fireworks display. Michael Cole mentioned that this would be his 12th WrestleMania match. And Lesnar tried to tackle, but almost grabbed him and flanged him to the side. Lesnar took to a great bump, almost blocked Lesnar offense and easily scoop slammed him twice, almost targeted his lower back, applied a bear hug, taking Lesnar off his feet, almost slammed him again and again, and applied the bear hug, and then the crowd cheered on Lesnar. Lesnar tried to fight back, almost hit him with a choke slam for 2. Lesnar avoided a charge and hit the German suplex. Lesnar really sold his back, but managed to hit another German, and the crowd cheered. Lesnar went with an F5, and Lesnar countered a choke slam to hit another F5 for the win. 1, 2, 3. Again, I didn't care for this match. Let's be honest with this one. Like, let's talk about this. Like, who was giving a shit about Almost? Almost is I can't put him up there with the legends like Big Show or Umaga or Great Khali. I just can't do it. Like, Almost is worse. I even think the guy in NXT is better. The guy that was Cruz's bodyguard for a while there was better. I think he's better, ultimately better. Has more. He could fly up the top. I think Braun Strowman is better right now in his career right now than freaking literally freaking Almost. But that's just my personal opinion. This match only lasted 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Shane McMahon showed back up in the building. I mean, that's cool to see Shane back. From what I've seen, Shane came back. Belair and Asuka, do we, again, I don't understand this match. He built up Asuka. I thought 2 titles were going to change tonight. I really was believing coming out of night 1, titles were going to change all around. And you were going to have these, big bouts. But boy, I was wrong with that one. Belair again defeats Asuka. Asuka throws the misc and almost hits the referee, and then there was a mishap, and then Belair goes up top and hits the KOD, I believe it is, the overside KOD. And Asuka got out of it a couple of times. Blair, I mean, again, I don't know what they're going to do. Is they going to have her lose against Roxanne Perez on Raw? I think that's what they're going for. Again, Roxanne Perez is great shit. Roxanne Perez is unfortunately that kayfabe storyline. I didn't understand that in NXT I apologize. I didn't do a Stand and Deliver review or talk about Stand and Deliver. That was kind of my fault. I was really sick over the weekend. That was the one I actually missed out on. I don't think I'm going to get around to it, but I will cover NXT this week. Oh, anyway, my dog's going crazy. So I guess everybody's saying it was a really, from what I was reading online and what I saw on Twitter, everybody said it was an okay, strong match. I could care less. This should have gone to Asuka to begin with. What was the point of building her up, to be honest with you? So Shane was doing whatever his office. So it was Shane McMahon, Snoop Dogg defeating The Miz. Shane comes out and he suddenly felt apparently injured his leg. Referee Jessica Carr checked Shane. Snoop stepped in and dropped The Miz with a right hand. He asked Shane if he's okay before they rolled him out of the ring. Snoop Dogg dropped Miz again and a people's elbow for the pinfall, and Snoop dances around the crowd, whatever. Again, I don't know why they were doing this. Kind of, I don't know, to fill in. This is where you had Bobby Lashley come out and you have an open challenge, and this is where you have Jay White or as Nick Khan says, surprises, that's when you bring Nick Khan. That's when Nick Khan, you live up to your expectations. So I'm hoping with Endeavor, they shut him down from being on First Take and things like that, and he doesn't run his mouth. You know what I mean? This is where, if Endeavor is truly buying it, this is where you have a meeting of the minds and you do what you need to do at the end of the day. So we had a Hell in a Cell match. This was match of the night for me. Like, honestly, match of the night goes to Edge defeating Finn Balor to me. I really enjoyed this match from beginning, middle, and end. There was storytelling and a Concerto shot that was devastating. And Finn Balor was bleeding. Like, WWE, don't stop that. I hope with Endeavor buying it, they don't stop the bleeding. Let it happen naturally. Stop with the PG. I hope when Endeavor buys it, the PG stops. And they allow a little bit of blood for love of... I get it. About the children, I get it. But allow a little blood. I'm not saying being like AEW blood bad. I'm saying when they get hit just right, make it believable, like he's bleeding ever so slightly. And make me feel the match, right? Make me feel. I felt like they had to have the trainers come out. They have to look at him for like 5-10 minutes. And it's like, dude, it stops the match. It stops everything. It kind of ruined it for me a little bit there. And then it picked up again. Finn Balor retains his demon old music, which I like. And I like the fact they kept kind of the Judgment Day kind of vibes. I like the fact the color of the different kendo sticks. Now, I'm hoping if Endeavor is buying WWE, they kind of put more weapons in the ring, more things. And they spruce it up a little bit to make it a little bit PG-13. I hope they take it up a notch with WWE. I'm not saying WWE should become AEW. I'm not saying that. And I want to make this clear, too. Like, you guys all call me an AEW mark. I shit on AEW 2 weeks ago with the Van Kingo shit. I shit on it. I shit on the whole build of that. And last night in my live stream, if you weren't there, I shit on AEW some more. I shit on AEW when they do bad. When they don't do good things. I shit on WWE when they don't do good things. I watch all wrestling promotions. I watch GCW. I'm going to be watching more GCW. In the future. I'm going to be watching Bloodsport more often. I'm going to be watching MLW since Real One just got released for some controversial reason, formerly known as Enzo Amore. So like I said before, I watch Impact. And people are sleeping on Impact. Watch fucking Impact. Stop the madness. Watch Impact. Can't say that enough every week. You guys sit there and you sleep on it and shit on it. It's actually the best scripted wrestling right now. Literally, it's number one during the week. Them and Ring of Honor. 1-2. Like, I even call it better than Dynamite because the wrestling is there. Dynamite needs to take notes from what Impact's doing, a smaller promotion. But literally what they're doing in Impact right now is beautiful. But getting back into what I was talking about, the red and purple kendo sticks, if you didn't pick up, it was for the Judgment Day and things like that. Honestly, I'm just going to tell you guys, most of the night tonight, I mean, going into Hell in the Cell, going into all of this was really good. Like, really, really good. Like, the Hell in the Cell match, the stuff going into it. Now, that women's match going to Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, were you guys surprised? Like, your next women's tag team champions are going to be Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. That's a given. That's a given. So that's why I'm not really going. That match was predictable. You knew who was going to win. You knew who was going to, and you knew it was going to be Shotzi Blackheart taking the Kimura or whatever Ronda Rousey does. Like, were you surprised? There was people saying, like, I like how everybody said yesterday, and I loved every single wrestling person yesterday, right? Telling me, or telling the world, oh, this is the best WrestleMania ever. It's great. Woo! And it's like, no. What are you guys seeing, like, over the last 2-3 decades? What? You're gonna say it's the best WrestleMania ever? What about Rock So Cold? What about the TLC matches? What about 2 WrestleManias ago? Come on now. I love how some of these review channels on YouTube and shit are like, look at guys, like, no. Night 1 was okay. Night 2 was predictable. Don't give me that whole WrestleMania. This WrestleMania 39 is gonna be great. They're building up for WrestleMania. They're building up for next year's WrestleMania ultimately, because I think WWE was going along with the motions, getting ready for Puerto Rico. I really believe that, and I may be wrong. I may be seeing it wrong. But let's get into some. So I'll have a news video on this probably after I'm done recording and being live. And then we'll have an actual stream. So I'll keep this news video up here. Let's go to some wrestling news. Let's go look at some wrestling news. So let's see here. Wrestling news. Nears a deal to buy WWE. Looks like that's the real thing. The Endeavor Group advanced talks to acquiring World Wrestling Federation or whatever entertainment. So that looks like the big thing coming out of its reports, but it's actually becoming more by the hour, more and more. So there's an update on CM Punk whereabouts as prepares to close out the. Let's see. The rumor Punk was making a surprise appearance at Night 2 of WrestleMania 39 at SoFi Stadium are true. Have their answers from PW Insider. According to reports, the former WWE superstar was spotted this morning in Philadelphia with legendary Scrap Dog. Punk is reported to scheduled to do commentary for the CFFC promotion, which was already to be at the 2100 Arena. Punk was in recently due to all now delete Instagram post called career. Okay, all right. So technically, I guess he made a surprise appearance according to PW Insider, but that could be wrong. Wrestlers are worse off in AEW than they were in WWE. I don't know what the hell that's all about. But again, like I said, Shane McMahon makes his return to WWE, so that's good to see Shane McMahon back. Gunther retains. That was one thing. All titles didn't move. Gunther kept the title. I'm happy about that. Because with the contract disputes going on with Drew McIntyre, does Sheamus really deserve it at this point? They want to build Gunther as a brute. It makes sense going into the new regime if they're going to do this. I'm very fascinated. Endeavor, like I'm hyped for this. Like Endeavor, I don't know about you guys, but I'm hyped about this. If this is true, And on Monday, the deal gets signed in place, and all said and all shits and giggles are done. Again, it says here. So as prepares to kick off the second night of WrestleMania, word has come that the company is in advanced talks to be sold to Endeavor Group, which is owned by the Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC. The news broke on Sunday afternoon by CNBC. The talks are imminent. Sale of WWE has been major news item since Vince McMahon returned to the board of directors in January. The reports are such as the sale, while the numbers involved are not public information, but it's reported February that Vince McMahon had set a target of $9 billion. The deal could be announced as of Monday, according to sources. The situation. Furthermore, if the deal goes ahead, being reported, it's believed WWE and UFC will become part of the same publicly traded company, Endeavor, which will own 51% of the proposed company, while WWE shareholders will have 49% of the shares. Endeavor, blah, 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 is expected to represent Endeavor as the new, executive chief, and McMahon will work as an executive chairman for the company. Meanwhile, Nick Khan will be appointed as WWE single CEO after Stephanie resigned from her co-CEO position earlier this year. But here's the rumor, though. This is the other thing. They're saying now Stephanie's coming back. So was this just to fire her to please the Saudis, and then they bring her back, and they have her in a co-CEO position? This is all fascinating. You think Vince McMahon's going to stick around with Endeavor? I'm so confused if they do. So, new company, Wrestling Branch, will become president of the new, earlier this year, will become president of the new Wrestling Branch. While it remains to see if the deal is official, the latest news reports that WWE officials are expected to meet with prospect buyers in April, and the sell talks were progressing as of Saturday. So, let's see here. So, the most questionable about, So technically, let's read the comments from this. Let's see on the Wrestling Inc. Let's read this. They turned UFC to shit, and UFC got better. What do you want? What are people on about Endeavor? Endeavor made UFC better when they bought it from Dana White. What are they on about? Why not just leave it for its family? Endeavor will eventually just drop the entire family in a few years once Vince kicks the bucket. Again, Vince wants to make as much money as he can. Like people are not understanding. Vince wants to make as much money as he can, right? He signed a 2-year deal for exclusive rights, so nobody could take it. Nobody could take his appearance. Nobody could do movies. Nobody could do anything like that about him. Stuff like that. So if you go there, Vince McMahon cannot. Nobody can use his stuff, and he gets a bunch of money if the deal gets sold. If they sell, he's making a bunch of money out of this. So good on Vince McMahon for being a smart person. Bad on the idea of what he's doing. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with everything he's doing. But for the most part, I mean, you can't go wrong with what's going on. Again, WrestleMania, this kind of trumps a little bit of WrestleMania. It makes a lot of sense what they're going to do. Will Dana White, show up in WWE? That's going to be the question. Will Dana White ever show up in WWE? That is going to be the $1 million question being asked. Will we see UFC fighters crossing over, as Endeavor owns this? Will that take place? Will we see a Conor McGregor? Finally, will we see Masvidal? We'll see these people show up in WWE, and how will this go? Again, they're nearing a deal, and if you hear nearing a deal, that tells me that they're already got a handshake deal already, and whatever Vince McMahon liked out of this deal was great. So again, like I said before, good on WWE. GG. I'm happy that they sold to Endeavor. If this is the case to be, I'm really pumped about this deal. I didn't want it to go to Saudis. I did not want it to go to Disney. But it will be on Disney networks. Watch as the year goes by. If this deal more and more, it's like the Microsoft deal. Like everybody's saying, well, Microsoft played themselves. It's in the same vein. Like Microsoft had to do what Microsoft had to do to please everybody when it came to Activision. And WWE had to go back to the drawing board because originally they were going to sell to the Saudis. They were really into the idea of selling to the Saudis, and the world shit on it. The world shit on it. So here's another one with Endeavor. What is Endeavor known for? Making good UFC events. Power Slap League, what it looks like it's going to become a thing from Dana White and Endeavor. It just looks like, it really looks like to me Endeavor's into the combat sports, and it just looks like Endeavor has the money and the capital to do this. However you prefer. Again, Endeavor is stated to own 51% of the company, and shareholders would get 49%. Now, it's going to be the question. They said Vince McMahon was going to be a executive chair still with the company. I highly doubt that. When this deal gets done, his shares are going to be bled. And if you go by the 2-year contract that he signed, and I'll have that pulled up from last night in the show notes down below as well, that it looks like he is just bleeding. He's just dumping everything that he needs to dump, and that's going to be that. And that's the thing people need to understand with this when it goes forward. Is Vince McMahon going to stick around? I don't think so. The way that contract he signed 2 years was pretty much a I'm leaving, I'm selling, I'm gone, I'm leaving. Now, where's that stick with Triple H? Does Triple H keep booking on what's going on? Do they let him go? Do they bring somebody else that's well known to book? We're going to find these answers out. If this deal goes out on Monday, now the future is going to ask, what is Endeavor going to do going forward? They have the majority stake in WWE. What are they going to do? 51% is a lot. And pretty much shareholders. So they're gonna take in the shareholders that please the shareholders that are there. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna probably let some of these shareholders go. That's what I'm assuming what Endeavor's gonna do. I think Endeavor's going to literally flip, going to be flipping up inside its head what WWE is doing, to be honest. So again, hopefully WWE goes more PG-13. We'll see. Again, WrestleMania tonight. Honestly, to be real honest with you, I like the Gunther match. That was predictable. I knew he was going to win because that's how they sold. If you went by entrances, you would know what was what. So hopefully we get a nice build into Puerto Rico with Backlash. It looks like Backlash is going to be what it originally used to be, which is pretty nice. So it means we're going to have new storylines, new feuds, new blood. Roxanne Perez looks like the main roster. Looks like Indy Hartwell is going to be your champion. I did watch Stand and Deliver. So Indy Hartwell looks like it's going to be leading the charge, and Roxanne Perez may be fighting for her championship back. But I don't think that's going to come. I think she's going to be on the main roster, probably on Raw. And I really think they're going to have Braun Breaker on Raw because they need people on Raw. Now, and here's my question. Are they going to introduce this new title on Raw? That's my $1 million question. They said the Wind Eagle's coming or some new title. And the last time I checked, there was these palm trees on a belt, a green fruit roll-up belt. So we'll see. We'll really, really see what goes on and what does things. So, yeah. I thought I would do a live stream tonight, talking about WrestleMania Night 2, give my thoughts, on the matter, do it live. I'll do these here and there. Most of the time you'll see me because I'm live streaming a lot, game streaming wise, and I got to keep my partnerships and stuff. I may do live ones. I may do a live review and just turn my stream off and then turn it back on and do live reviews. I don't know yet how I'm feeling about that. They're much easier to produce than editing a video to me. So just keep that in mind if you guys are coming to watch my videos or you're watching, again, as I said before, I'm trying to do something uniquely different. So again, with podcasting, I'm trying to do something uniquely different. I may be doing a game podcast with a group of friends. I may do a game one, see if I can get some friends enlisted. I want to do more podcasting for sure. That's damn well for sure. And more reviews, more things for you guys. I want to do something uniquely different than I did before. Another situation. I took what I learned from that, and I want to bring it to the forefront. I want to do a lot more in the live space of things, do more shows, bring more people on, have these conversations, because a lot of you like my podcasting ability. You guys like what I do, and I hear you. So I may just have random streamers come on and may pick their brain. I may have people from, different communities that I'm a part of, like the PWO, or maybe I'll have some friends come on and we could just discuss about sports and what people think. Have a round table of things, where we get on like maybe Discord, Zoom or something. We just get together and we just sit here and we talk about wrestling. We talk about football. We talk about one solid topic, and we talk about, the XFL or, whatever. And that's another topic that I want to talk about, the XFL. The XFL is doing well. I mean, the ratings are not there, but it's coming together. I really enjoy The Rock's vision. So there's that. And then the USFL is coming out, and we all know who's putting a lot of money into that. Disney is. Shocker alert. Disney's doing a lot of things. Yes, I'm drinking Mountain Dew. Yes. I'm drinking Frostbite. Earlier today, you saw the same blueness tinge. That was G Fuel. I was drinking Blue Raz G Fuel earlier today. Yes, I'm cheating by drinking a Mountain Dew Frostbite. I like these things. They're my favorite. They taste like G Fuel to me. Yes, I'm breaking my rules. But I've been sick all weekend. I really haven't eaten much, and I finally started eating some food and shit like that. So there's that. Anyway, I got to take you guys home on this show. I got to give this a C average. Like, just flat out C. I'm there. I'm going to give this a 6.75 out of 10. I'm C average. I'm just there. Like 6.0 out of 10, 6.75, 2.5 out of 5. I can't give this show a definitive, oh my God, this was the greatest thing. Like, it was predictable. From the beginning, middle, and end, it was predictable. And Roman Reigns winning, that's not a surprise to me. What do they have outside of that? Pesci made sense when he said that to me the other day. What do they have outside of Roman Reigns? Nothing. What do? They put it on Cody and they have Cody roll with the title? It just looks like they have no faith in him at all. And they have more faith in Roman. If they're going to sell the company, you would want Roman to go into the future of this. If they're selling to Endeavor, right? You want Roman Reigns. You want a John Cena. You want a Brock. You do not want a Cody Rhodes. And I completely understand why they did what they did tonight. If that deal is going true, they want these big flashy names selling the product. If I'm Endeavor, that's what I want. I want Roman. I want Cena. I want Brock. Maybe I bring maybe a Jay White I bring in. I want the flashy names in the room. Edge. Maybe, I want the flashy names. You know what I mean? It sells. And I get why Endeavor would be doing what they're doing going into this and buying WWE, and why they would be doing what they do. If this deal goes through and ink hits paper tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, which they're all saying this is coming true, more and more by the hour comes by, all these reports are saying the same thing. I'm looking at it like Endeavor, MMA Junkie, Wrestle Inc., F4W, all these places. These, like, guys, I don't make up these stories. Like, guys, like when I talk about stories, when I quote wrestling, I'm reading it from the Wrestling Observer, Wrestle Inc., Sportskeeda. I'm reading this as you guys read it. Like, I don't come to somebody and go, ooh, I read it. Should I report it to you and do do 4 videos in a day reporting the news? Because I read the news. Like, a lot of you think I just pull shit out my ass sometimes. Or I'm just an AEW mark. And it's like, no, I'm not an AEW mark. I actually go for Impact most times. That's absolutely false. I love AEW more than I do WWE. But again, I'm more of an Impact mark. Like, I've been an Impact mark for 6 months now. I've told you Impact was better. I've told you for a while that everybody laughed at me. Oh, Impact's a joke. No, Impact is great. Look at their women's division. You're wrong. Their women's division. And now look at AEW kind of signing some of those Impact talents. Like, again, like I said, Impact's no joke. Diana Peraza is one of them. She's unsigned, like literally going to be going into the next pay-per-view against Mickie James, if Mickie James can make it there, if she's medically cleared. Again, it's going to be probably Diana Peraza versus Jordan Grace, and Piazza probably going over, which I'd be fine with that in Impact, because Impact needs to keep her signed, because Diana Peraza is no fucking joke. And Mickie James has revitalized her career in Impact. So again, like I said before, like, you guys sleep on Impact. I don't understand that. A lot of my audience sleeps on Impact. Like, they go, and then they sleep on New Japan Strong. Like, guys, watch these shows. Please, watch them. They're great. You're sleeping on things that you shouldn't be sleeping on. Good shit, good wrestling. Same with MLW Underground. Don't sleep on those. Watch that shit. That shit's great. It reminds me of Lucha Underground. Dario Corredo is over there, man. Like, Mil Maltez is over there. Come on now. What are you guys doing? Don't sleep on that shit. Anyway, Rafe is out. Honestly, you got my honest opinion. We're going to go find somebody on Trovo to raid. And, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my wrestling reviews. Oh, and by the way, I see my sub counter on things. I know we lost some subs. I get that. We're going to work on that. We're going to get, this month, I'm going to be going hard like this. So, yeah, we'll have a full depth video on UFC and Endeavor and all that stuff being, you know, we'll discuss that here, my thoughts on that. But you guys have pretty much got my thoughts within this video. No Matt Cardona sighting. Supposedly CM Punk was there from reports, but then CM Punk was doing CFC. So I don't know if those are really true. Again, he has a great, if Endeavor does buy WWE, I see them signing CM Punk. I see CM Punk, you know, I see CM Punk and Tony Khan reaching a deal, and I see CM Punk back in WWE. I do. Because it's not going to be under Vince McMahon anymore. It's going to be under Endeavor. And again, CM Punk has said he doesn't want to work for Triple H. He does not want to work with Vince McMahon. He has said it himself. Even with Vince McMahon apologizing for what he did on Stone Cold Podcast. Same shit. Anyway, so I'll have link in the news for you guys down below in the description of my YouTube. If you're watching this on any other platform, like Rumble, Daily Motion, BitChute, all that, you know, I appreciate you. Yes, I'm on everything. So here's the deal for going forward for the month of this month, right? So I'm going to be live on Twitch, Trovo, Kick, and yes, Kick, yes. I may have a news article out about possibly them going after Dr. Disrespect and one other big name, but I don't know how they're going to make that feasible. That still makes no sense to me. So Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. So those are the platforms I'm primarily going to be focusing on going forward. I'm growing on Facebook by the day. I'm growing on these platforms day by day. You guys are killing it over on Facebook, man. The likes. I had people liking my night one, like I had 3 or 4 likes. It's incredible. You know, thank you for that. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Not going to lie to you guys. I appreciate all of you that come by and watch and stick around me, even with all the shit that happened to me. I appreciate that from my heart. Thank you for that. You are going to get more from me. And like I said before, this is not the stop for the Book of Rafe. This is literally my redemption story. You know, everybody's counted me out recently, and I want to prove a point, you know, that, hey, I'm not some slouch on the internet, man. I can do this, and I can do this very well because I did this very well for many years. People have slept on me, and the thing is, I got a story to tell you, and I'm going to do these through the reviews. I'm going to show you what I'm really made of. And a lot of people are going to regret the day sleeping on me, because a lot of people have slept on me and have told me that I'd never be anything. And recently, that's what's recently happened. And again, I bet a lot of people tell me that, you know, your channel's failing, Rafe. Your things are failing. No, I'm going to change that narrative, because you're going to watch me rise. You're going to watch the Book of Rafe rise. You're going to watch Rafe. You're going to watch me. Watch me. All of you, watch me. You're going to watch me turn it up a whole nother level. And you're going to be like, damn, man. Damn. And I'm going to come in like a locomotive. And you're going to watch it happen. I'm telling you guys this. Right now, we're sitting low. But, you know, at the end of the day, we rise from this. And like I said, I will be rising. And when I come up the other side, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am Gronkowski. I'm gonna grab a bottle of milk, and we're gonna slam it on the ground. And a lot of you are gonna be like, "Damn, Rave." Yes, hell yeah. Anyway, I am out. I love you guys. I'll see you guys. To all of you beautiful people, thank you for stopping in on Trovo, Kick, all of these platforms. Kick, you guys are killing it. I appreciate you guys over on the Kick side. Appreciate you guys on the Facebook side, especially on my home Trovo. Appreciate you. Appreciate you on YouTube. Appreciate you on all platforms. By the way, this will be up as a audio form. I will be launching the Rafe Show or Talk is Rafe on Spotify and all these places. So you guys, if you guys are drivers and you go to work every day, or you're working and you just want to listen to the show, you guys are going to get that. Trust me, that'll be there tonight. After I'm done with this, I'll be downloading probably 7 episodes, and you guys will get that left and right. Love you, baby. All of you guys. Let's go find somebody on the Trovo side. Whee! Excuse me. Man, you over to Sir Joseph Pesci. Where the hell of it? All right. Sir Joseph Pesci, we're going to go to. You guys have a good one. I will see you guys here shortly. And, yeah. Yee. Love my dude. You say hi to him. He just reached 100 followers on Trovo. And I'll see you guys. I don't have very many people on any other platforms, so I'll see you guys. Enjoy the wrestling review. I'll see you guys. See average for WrestleMania Night 2. See you guys.